So a few more things about Tom Ka Gai I want to tell you about. The Tom Ka Pla that I often ordered, most of us ordered, the most I ever spent, 150 baht, which equals to be about $12. And that 450 baht, the waiter and waitresses would often laugh at me because they're like, that's too much food, that's too much food. That's for like a whole table of people. But I was like, no, please bring it to me. And I would even like take it home with me and eat it leftover for breakfast. Because we always had fridges in our room and stuff. But that's how good it was. But that's how also cheap everything was, or affordable, I should say. We would get massages on the beach that were $7. Sometimes they were $15. But yeah, I mean, here I'm on Maui and we just got back from Lanai. We did the Lanai spa. And the massages, I don't even want to tell you guys, $650. And the Thai massages were way better. So I just love how much things cost. I love how things taste. Another funny thing about the Tom Ka Gai, Tom Ka Pla, whatever you want to call it, chicken or shrimp, which one would you want? I mean, you guys know I'm not a big poultry fan. We don't even eat turkey on Thanksgiving. But that's why I have eaten Tom Ka Gai. Gai means chicken. Tom means to boil. So we're basically boiling the chicken to cook it. But it was like 95 degrees and we're eating. This is kind of funny. But it was that darn delicious. So if you love lemongrass, if you love ginger and coconut, you gotta try this.
Maria and I decided to take a little getaway over to Lanai. Lanai is the island closest to Maui. Never been there, and we decided to come over for a little late birthday celebration for me, because my birthday's on Christmas Day, so it's kind of hard to do some things on Christmas Day, so we decided to just schedule this a little later. It's an absolutely beautiful place, gorgeous forests, and one of the things they give you here is they give you a cool little thermos to use while you're here to not create all the plastic bottles and stuff with water. And what's great is Element packets are really easy to pack and bring with you. So I just pop one of those into here. I put a half a packet in one this size. And that half packet works great. Tastes amazing. I get my electrolytes in while we just got done with an electric bike ride. And so if you want to try this or travel with these, just go to drinkelement.com/keto Maria. And you can get a free sample pack with your order. Mahalo, everyone.
Okay, my friends, I want to show you the ingredients, but first I'll show you me. I'm wearing my red light mask. This is how I roll. I'm always like multitasking. But the ingredients that you're going to want for the Tom Ka Gai. And again, Tom Ka Gai means basically boiled galangal and chicken. So if you don't use chicken and you use shrimp, which I have some shrimp somewhere in the sink here thawing, it would be gai. That means fish, I guess. Any Thai speakers out there can correct me if you want to. But then we have, so galangal is basically a type of ginger. I cannot get galangal here on the island. So I do have ginger, and I've been told it's not going to taste the same, but I'm going to try. We have mushrooms, and I'm supposed to have straw mushrooms. Again, I can't get those on the island, so I have button mushrooms. Some lime juice for delicious flavor at the ending. Lemongrass. This is a key ingredient. You're going to want lemongrass. Don't skimp on that. And then with lime leaves, I got dried lime leaves from Amazon. And then some tomatoes were added to some of the ones that I had in Thailand. So I really like those. I'm going to add a few tomatoes to mine. And then you want 2 cups of chicken broth. Obviously it would be best to make your own homemade chicken broth so you can kind of control the salt and stuff. But I am using not chicken broth. I'm using Kettle and Fire beef broth because that's what I have. And I do love Kettle and Fire. And beef broth has umami, which I love. And then you're going to want 2 cans of coconut milk. On the island, I couldn't even get 2 of the same coconut milk, so I have 2 different kinds here, which is fine. And then I'm going to garnish it with some cilantro, which I usually do not like cilantro. I'm one of those people that think it tastes like dirty feet. But I loved it in Thailand. I don't know what it was, so I'm going to stick with that. You could use green onion if you want to, but this is what we're going to use. Now I'm going to slide this over. I'm going to get my pot ready. Now everybody has a different technique. So if you are Thai and you do not like my technique, I am so sorry. But this is how I was taught. This is how I like it. So I'm going to start with a pot. And sometimes it starts with just broth and you boil the mushrooms and I have scallions. That's what I'm going to use for flavor because that's what they had in Thailand. They were quartered, so I'm going to quarter those. You're going to want 2. This one's giant, so I'm just using 1. I'm going to quarter that. But I'm going to start with a little bit of coconut oil, just maybe like 2 teaspoons, just a little bit, just to brown the mushrooms and the, shut off of me, and the scallions. Scallions are a type of onion that has some really deep flavor, and you're going to want to peel the outside off. I know I should be showing you guys this. I just need more room in my kitchen. Here, we'll slide this over. This is going to shut off on me though. And if you soak these in water, the outside comes off much easier if you want to do that. So I'm just going to quarter them. I might 6 them just because it's so big, but they look like this in the soup when I had them. And then I'm just going to slightly cook them. I don't want them like totally brown like I would in some other soups because they were they were like poached. But again, this is the technique just to bring out a little bit more flavor. We're going to saute them in a little bit of coconut oil. And I'm really excited for Kai to try it. I hope he really likes it. He loves coconut water. He loves to get a coconut and drink that all the time. So hopefully he's into this. And he always likes new flavors. So we'll see, everybody. We'll see. I love it. I love, love, love it. Now I'm going to quarter the mushrooms. I already cleaned them. So just quarter them like that. Toss them in there. And then I'll season them with some salt. Oh, one other thing that I didn't bring out of the fridge is fish sauce. Do not skip on the fish sauce. Let me shut my light off. Oh, my red light shut off. That's what it is. Yikes. Okay, much easier. So fish sauce it doesn't smell great, but it adds umami. And I'm going to tell you, I bought the best fish sauce when I was in Thailand. I also bought some amazing coconut milk in Thailand. Sadly, the ones here don't taste as good. It was super fresh. That's what's crazy about it. That's almost done washing. I don't know why you're opening that now. So we're just finishing up some lunch. Dishwasher's running. And I'm using more mushrooms than I probably should. You want about 1/4 of a pound. This is way more than that, so I'll stop cutting these up. I'm a little distracted here. And I'm going to saute these. Turn this on maybe high. I think you guys could see it if it was over here. Yeah. Maybe we'll just keep that over here and I'll keep my slicing over here. Yeah, we'll do that. And turn this one off. And this one up a bit. And we'll get some salt going. We have our Redmond real salt here. And just season it up a little bit because we are going to, the fish sauce will be adding a lot of flavor to that. So once this sautés some, I'm going to get my lemongrass ready. Now for lemongrass, the best thing to do is we want 3 stalks. Here's 3 big ones. We'll set these 2 aside. I love lemongrass. I love the taste of it. I love the smell of it. And what you're going to do is you're going to take a knife or a mallet and you're going to kind of hit it. And that's going to really open up the flavor. See how it's kind of mashed like this? But then they also had it sliced at the diagonal. So I'll take the end off, but they had it sliced like this in like maybe 1-inch pieces at the diagonal like that. So once I add the broth and the coconut milk, I'm going to add that. This part you do not eat, so you can discard it before you serve it to people, or just tell them don't eat that part. So they always served it with it in there, which I liked because then it could really open up the flavors. But then I just discarded it as I ate it. So I'll get these other 2 ready. I'll stir this up. Let's see. And then you know, in a few minutes. Saute this for 3 to 5 minutes. I might rush it a little bit. I'm going to add the 2 cups of chicken broth, or beef broth, people, and 1 can of our coconut milk. The other can will go at the end. So add that. And once that comes to a little simmer, we're going to add our seasoning. So our lemongrass, our galangal, our ginger, and our lime leaves. So let's get this ready. Again, smash this up. And then slice this up. There we go. Has anybody been to Thailand? What was your favorite place? Because I didn't realize how big it was. I only saw Phuket and Phi Phi Island. We went to Bamboo Island and some other ones, but I was not in Bangkok. I was not in Chiang Mai. So I need to go back, and Chiang Mai will be our next stop. So if you want to come to Chiang Mai with me, and maybe we'll make this together, huh? And instead of sugar, where they usually use cane sugar, we're going to add some stevia glyceride, just a touch. Now let's bring this up to a higher temperature, and we'll add our lemongrass. It doesn't hurt to add it now. There we go. And our last one. It's interesting because I did watch some other people make Tom Ka Gai on YouTube. There was a lot of comments from Thai people saying that's not how you do it, and I'm sure there's so many ways. I'm just trying to make it delicious. So if you have tips on how to make it better, let me know. I love lemongrass, so I know I'm going crazy with how much I'm adding. It's good. Good, good, good. Now the galangal. So what's interesting is they did not peel the outside. The outside was definitely not peeled. If you want, you can peel the outside off. Obviously, that would be a better. You can add, they usually add big chunks like this. So they would slice it and add super big chunks like this. But again, if you want to use a spoon and like kind of scrape the outside off, that's probably the best way to do it. I'm just using a knife quickly. I actually usually store this in the freezer, but I wanted to get some fresh stuff. So I'll prepare this and then throw it in the freezer because I don't use it all at once, and sometimes it goes bad on me because I do travel quite a bit. So I'll just prepare it like this, toss it in a bag, a sealed bag, and freeze it. So we're gonna add some more because this is what makes it delicious. Yeah, it was so funny because we were just sweating, super hot, and enjoying. It's actually technically not a soup. It's supposed to be served over rice, but we just said no rice, please, to make it keto. Something curling. My hair. Huh. There we go. I also want to go to Vietnam. Has anybody been there? It just looks stunningly beautiful. Turn this down a little bit. There we go. Might add one more piece. I just thought it was so fascinating how everything was freshly made, you know. Of course we can make it without sugar because we're making it right now, which is great. Discard this, put in the compost, whatever you want to do. And then what are we going to do? So once this comes to a boil, we are going to add the lime leaves. We haven't added those. Obviously fresh would be better. Since we don't have fresh, we are using this. And you kind of want to break them up just to bring the flavor out before you add those. So you can either cut them with the scissors, or just kind of use your fingers. Keep them quite big because you want to discard those. You don't want to eat that if they're not fresh. If they're fresh, go for it, eat it. They're going to be a little chewy if they're not. Might add. Oh, it smells so good. There we go. Add 2 more of those. Now we're going to prepare the gai, the chicken. Okay. So stir this up a little bit. And then it is boiled chicken, so there's no sear on it. It is just boiled. So I'm going to just grab some of this and cut it into bite-sized pieces. Okay. I did see some people say don't use chicken breasts, but Then I saw a chef say use chicken breast because it is more tender then. I don't know. But he did roll it in some cornstarch, which I thought was interesting. But we want like bite-sized pieces like that. It will cook very quickly. So once I have it cut up, then I'll add it all at once. Otherwise, it's not going to cook evenly. And that's just going to take a few minutes because it is quite small. And again, you could use shrimp instead if you want to, or in addition. Maybe we should just add that too, huh? See what happens with that. Kai does not like shrimp, so I want him to try it. That's why I'm going to use chicken. We'll use one more piece. And Bella loves chicken, don't you, Miss B? Don't you, Bella? And depending on how salty your broth is, will depend on how much salt you want to add to the soup, the Tom Ka Gai. There we go. My favorite one was at this restaurant on Phi Phi Island. We stayed at this resort where, like, it felt like summer camp. We were like in the middle of absolute nowhere. It was just really, it was shocking at first, but then once you got into that summer camp mode, it was just really, really special and unique. And we went to the one restaurant that was at the hotel, and it was just amazing. So now I'm going to add the chicken and cook that just until it's no longer pink. I'm going to get a new cutting board here to get the tomatoes ready. Stir this up here. Now, once this is cooked, I'm going to turn the heat off and then add the rest of my ingredients. The other can of coconut milk, the lime juice, the cilantro, the tomatoes. So, let me just rinse my hands real quick. Okay, now that they're washed, I'm just going to cut that top off. And they had quartered tomatoes in there, which just added a nice, lovely flavor. Again, tomatoes have umami, so this is like a nice umami bomb, which was great. Something about these flavors really go great together. Turn this up a little bit. Get the limes ready. So you want the juice of 2 limes, so you can either use fresh limes, or if you have lime juice, go for that. Whatever you got, okay? I have another lime, but I do want to make another batch with the shrimp, so we might save that. All right. Let that boil away. And we get our fish sauce out too. We don't want to forget that. It smells really, really good. And it's really great leftover. Like I told you, I would get extra the night before because eggs, those are kind of boring, right? I would eat that even cold leftovers, delicious. Now again, fish sauce. Be very careful when you buy it. A lot of times they have sugar. Even in Thailand, a lot of them had sugar. I like the Red Boat fish sauce. And then I just keep that in the fridge. And we're gonna add about 1.5 tablespoons, maybe even some more if it's not salty enough. So this is just going to take another minute. And then I'm going to turn the heat off. All right. So now we'll turn that off. I'm going to add the rest of the coconut milk. Oop, spilled a little. There we go. We're going to add the tomatoes, the lime juice, you do not have to add the stevia glyceride if you don't want it to be sweet at all. Coconut milk in general is a little sweet. There we go. Some people did not add anything. I had stevia in my purse, so I would add that at restaurants. There we go. I'm going to add the glyceride. But that stevia glyceride is a non-bitter stevia. We're going to add some fish sauce. Always start with less than you want. You could always add more later. And then we want some cilantro. So just pick some of the cilantro out, toss that in there. And now Kai has class. So when he is finished, we will see what he thinks of the Tom Ka Gai. Aloha, everybody. Kai is here, and he is ready to try. He's a little nervous. People.
Yes.
Why are you nervous?
Just a lot of the ingredients in here are good. Are kind of, I don't know.
Well,
but except for the coconut and mushrooms.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, Kai. You don't want to eat the lemongrass. So these big pieces of lemongrass, it just adds flavor.
This.
So that you like pick that out, right?
Yeah.
But just try that part, okay?
Yeah, okay.
And let me know what you think. It might need a little bit of salt.
Yeah.
And
Is
then-
it gonna be hot?
It is hot, so just blow it up. It just finished cooking a minute ago. Blow it. Might need a little salt.
That's actually pretty good.
You need some salt, you think? You think your dad should try it?
Yeah. I don't think it needs salt. I think it's actually good.
It's actually good. What would you rate that 1 through 10? Just for something different.
A solid 7.5.
Oh,
No.
7.5.
A 7.5 is good.
Well, what's an 8? Maybe Dad will give us a better rating. All right, Craigie Poo's coming.
Oh,
Yay, everybody wants to see Craig, right, everybody? Yay, Craig's going to try it. I should have made it with shrimp. I'm telling you.
That's really good.
What would you rate it?
I would give that about a 9.
Oh, yeah,
Really good
baby.
flavor. That's really good flavor.
Oh, thank you
I
so
like
much.
to do it, taste it with everything.
It's just different, it's so nice to have something different sometimes,
Off the
right?
screen here.
That's okay. I know we're both too tall, which is like a first, right? Anyway, my friends, check it out. And if you want to come to Thailand or Vietnam with me, check out the link below because we got a new trip coming next March.
Yep.
Mahalo, everybody.
Mahalo.
Aloha, friends. Many of you know that I was in Thailand. If you don't know, now you know. I do these cool keto retreats. So a long time ago, a few companies, actually 3 different ones, reached out to me to be like, hey, Maria, do you want to teach keto around the world and do trips with people? I'm like, what? How could this be true? So anyway, my latest one was in Thailand. And I was a little bit nervous going to Thailand. I wasn't sure what I was going to eat. I was guessing a lot of rice, a lot of pineapple, like fruit and things like that. But let me tell you, I found Tom Ka Gai, which the first time I had Tom Ka Gai was the night before my first marathon in Honolulu. Not Honolulu. It was on the Big Island. They made Tom Ka Gai for me, and I said, could you make it without sugar? And they're like, sure, because it was always made fresh. And so they would make Tom Ka Gai and Tom Ka Pla, which means with shrimp or fish. I often got Tom Ka Pla because I love shrimp. And they would make it without sugar for us. And it was so darn delicious. I can't wait to go back to Thailand. There's more reasons why I want to go back, but that's one of them. I love the people. I love the culture. And I'm going to go back next year. So I hope you come on that retreat. But in the meantime, get your stovetops on because you're going to want to make Tom Ka Gai. Let me show you how to make it. When I was 16 years old, I was diagnosed with PCOS, acid reflux, depression, and IBS. Instead of taking those prescription drugs, I decided to change my life with food. Yes, food healed me, and it's healed so many of my clients over the past 20 years of working with people. If you are interested in transforming your life, check out ketomaria.com. I'd be honored to help you.